What's up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Keep My Favorite Yada Gal. Alright, so y'all know the vibes. I always start out all my clients with skin prep first. I highly recommend, if you are a makeup artist who just goes straight in on somebody's face, maybe they told you that they already have on moisturizer or whatever, and you just decide to just start with the makeup. Absolutely no. For one, you don't know what it is that they're wearing on their face. You don't know if it's water based or oil based. You don't know how it's gonna work throughout the day. You don't know if it's gonna break down the products. Like, just don't do that. Don't never trust nothing that your client shows up with on their face. If you're a makeup artist, you should already have your own prep items that you know how they work, and most importantly, how they work with makeup on top. So always cleanse the face first, which is what I'm doing here. This time I chose to go with a balm cleanser rather than just micellar water, because she had like dry skin, and that's why I like to apply things with my fingers, because then I can really feel the skin and see what it needs. So when I rubbed it in with my fingers, I could really tell that her skin was dry, and like the areas that it was more dry, and then I just removed that with like 2 different layers of like toner. So I wiped it with toner to remove the cleanser, and then I wiped it again just to actually tone the skin. Then you see I just applied some lip balm, and then this right here is my Pharmacy oil-free moisturizer. I love this moisturizer because it literally absorbs right into the skin like so fast, and then it literally feels like there's nothing on the skin. I love a good prep. I love the effect that it has and the glow and radiance that it gives to the skin, but I absolutely do not like a wet base. I don't like when I apply anything that just sits on top of the skin and that's super slick and that's gonna make my makeup move around. Absolute no-go. Now, I don't really care how seasoned of a makeup artist you are or not. I believe it's absolutely important to test out the foundation shade before you spread it all over somebody's face. I feel like by somebody already booking you, they're showing you that they trust you, and for you to just go in with a shade on their face, like even if you're pretty sure that you're right, just doing a little swatch on the side of their face isn't gonna hurt anybody. If anything, it just helps you to just make sure, better safe than sorry, because if you put a shade on them that you thought was like the right match, and then you realize, wow, okay, spreading it over a larger area, it's kind of reading a little bit different, or maybe it's reading different on the skin than how it looks in the pan, or just whatever it is that's happening, you're gonna have to waste time now trying to fix that, which you would have really caught that in the beginning and adjusted it before you spread it to like a large area of the face. I feel like it's extremely prideful when artists do that, wherein they just feel like, oh, like I don't have to shade match anybody because I know what shade it is because I have a trained eye. So do I, but 9 out of 10 times I always do try to match on the side of the face or on their chest or neck area, depending on what I'm seeing. One thing I also wanted to note is that you notice that I'm working in sections. So I apply a little bit of the product, I blend it in, and then I apply a little bit more, and then I blend it in. And then when I'm finished applying everything, I kind of look at the skin and I assess where I feel like maybe or maybe does not need any more product, depending on what kind of coverage I'm trying to get. Because at the end of the day, remember, you're also gonna add concealer, you're also gonna add contour on top, so you're gonna gradually be building up coverage. I feel like that's how, like, when you're trying to go for a natural look, you end up doing too much by accident, because you think you're putting a little bit, but then you keep adding more, and then you forgetting that you're also going to add other products that also have pigment, like powders and all of that. So if you can look at her face here, I already have the concealer, and right now I'm applying the contour. I believe I use RCMA for all her base, and you can see, to me, this is a very natural. It's giving skin. Like, if I didn't set this with powder, look at her face, how smooth it is compared to her neck. Like, it looks good. Like, I don't need you to tell me it looks good. It looks good, and it's a great match. Everything is looking seamless. That contour doesn't look too harsh. Literally, this just looks like her face, but a little bit enhanced. And now I'm going in with this this is the Danessa Myricks Vision Cover Cream, her blushes, And this one I decided to go with a peachy color just because it was summertime, and I don't know, her skin was giving me more golden vibes, and I just love peach blush on everybody, honestly, but it especially looks good on brown skin people. So beautiful, like chef's kiss. And y'all will see what I mean, like in the final look. Like peach just does it. That baby bubblegum pink does not look good on everybody, okay? So don't think that blush is a one size fits all and just have like one blush shade that you put on everybody. Absolutely no, do not do that. And also I want to mention, this look is so perfect for the fall. I actually did this in the summertime, but now that I'm editing it in November, I'm actually looking at it like, wow, like all these colors that I use and everything would be so perfect for a everyday, easy, quick fall makeup, because it was just such an easy, effortless makeup application. This look that she paid for was a my basic beat, which is basically just the most basic thing ever, just yourself but better. Nothing crazy on the eyes. 9 out of 10 times I either don't use eyeshadow or I use one tone that's close to your skin tone. In this case, you'll see later on, I decided to do like just a brown with like a kind of reddish undertone, just so that it would tie into the warm tones on her face. And I just literally just did kind of like almost like a brown smoky eye, and that I just did that because I like her eye shape, and I just wanted to play on that a little bit. As you can tell right here, even without product, her eye has a darkness to it, so it already has like the appearance like she's wearing shadows. So all I did was really enhance that a little bit more. That's the thing with makeup, like you just have to look at what features the client naturally has and how to make that work for them even more. You know what I mean? Some things are highly desirable, so you just, enhance it a little more, and some things not so much, so then you try to figure out a way to conceal it. That's just the thing. Makeup's not one size fit all, so you can't just take, for example, this makeup application and apply it to 10 different people and get the same results. You just have to customize it. And that's why I keep uploading like different tutorials, because in my opinion they're all different in different ways. Everything is always different depending on who's sitting in your chair. Also, side note, this was I think my first time using the Patrick Star powders to set her face, and baby, can you look at it? Like, it's so smooth, like so smooth, and at the same time it's not giving cakey. It's not like giving me too much coverage or nothing like that. And then once I spray it with the setting powder at the end, you'll see too just how it really melts into the face. You probably, if you're newer, you're probably wondering like, why would you set a face down, basically make it matte to spray it and then make it not matte anymore. Basically the powder is just going to set that foundation in place. Everything that's liquid or cream beneath it is just going to be set in place, so that nothing's moving around, nothing's transferring anywhere, or just whatever. At the end of the day, makeup is, I don't feel like any makeup is truly transfer resistant, but depending on what products you use, some are more transfer resistant than others. And then why you spray it in the end is just because even though you set the makeup, you might not necessarily want it to look set. You feel me? Probably you're going for like a more natural look, which today that's what we were doing, so that's why I sprayed it down. 1000%, if I wanted her to have like a more matte look, or she asked for that, or let's say she had like really oily skin, I probably would have just made sure I did all my oil resistant stuff as prep, and then at the end when I powdered her down, I would have just left it matte. That way the powders can help really soak up any extra oiliness or anything that might come through. One other thing I wanted to note, especially about this brow tutorial, so you will notice these brows were not like snatched, you feel me? And I'm doing the little quotation mark thing when I say snatch. I hope you can like visualize that. But yeah, they're not snatched, and that's because once again, this was a more natural look, and 9 out of 10 times nobody's eyebrows are naturally snatched. like just on a regular day. You know what I mean? Like even people with good brows, they just look like good brows, but they don't necessarily look snatched. So I definitely wasn't trying to create no Instagram brows or nothing like that. I just wanted something that looked a little bit fuller, a little bit fluffier, and like more present on her face, but I didn't necessarily want it to look perfect. Right here you're seeing the shadow that I was talking about. It's kind of like a deep brownish red, and I'm really just applying it everywhere on her eyes that naturally had a shadow and just blending it out. And then I just added a little bit underneath her eyes as well, because I didn't want the whole area under her eyes to just look blank. And then just a little inner corner highlight, a little bit of highlight under the brows just to clean that up again. And then I did her lips, spread her face down. And then what I love to do is I love to spray the face, and then I have my sponge in the other hand to very lightly, just like barely even tap the face to kind of just like push that setting powder, that setting spray into the powder, and just kind of like make it blend together. I love to do that. I feel like it definitely gives me better results than just spraying it on the face and just leaving it to dry down on its own. Also, like, you have to know, like, when you do this, if you spray the face and it's extremely wet, do not put the sponge on it at like right away. Like, it will for sure start lifting product, it will start moving stuff around, stuff will start getting muddy, it'll just be a hot mess. Like, you will hate me for telling you to do that. So you have to wait until it's like probably like 75 to 80% dry already, just a slight little, dampness still, and then just very gently, barely, lightly tap the face to like just push the remainder into the face. And yeah, that's it. I'm just gonna let some music play for the rest, even though I damn near talked through the whole thing. Let me know if you like it when I explain what's going on, or if you just like it when I just put music over top. I already filmed this look, so I already know what's going on. So I mean, if you don't care to hear it, then just tell me that I'm wasting my time, and I'll just save my breath, okay? But yeah, before I go though, I love this lip combo. It's just a gorgeous little peach. And then I basically got a clean lip applicator and smudged the lip pencil and the lipstick together so that it was like, like blended together and not just like an obvious lip line and then an obvious lipstick. Like I said, we're going for natural, and I just feel like this lip color right here is just giving such a pretty little like lip stain kind of vibe. Anyways, I'm really gone for real. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you so much for watching. Drop a comment. Let me know if you learned anything from this tutorial. What's your favorite part about it? She looks so beautiful. So beautiful. Her skin looks bomb. Yeah, until next time. Bye.